This guy might be trying to take Rudy's place in the real world.
Rudy is dead in the real world. Remember?
It's true.
Really easy to take a corpse's place.
Just saying.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we are back with the first episode of the second core of Mushoku Tensei. That's like your eyes start real quick. Like, oh no, do I have the right episode? For my predilection to just send you a random thing and then not explain it. Yeah. So, first off, we have a comment from Cherry Miss from the episode Emergency Family Meeting. The anime doesn't cover much of Lilia's history, but what she tells Rudy is true. Lilia worked as a bodyguard for the royal family when she got poisoned while defending one of the children. The poisoning had long-lasting, lingering effects which slowed her movement down. So she was let go from her position. Afterwards, when she was looking for a job and saw that Paul was looking for a maid, she approached him for the job and was planning to use their history as blackmail if things didn't go favorably. But it never came to that.
Smart.
Okay. Thought you might have more insight or commentary about the whole blackmail, sexual assault, history about being a bodyguard.
It's all clearly messed up. Bodyguard stuff, cool, but that's smart.
Okay. Well, that has been our comment. I guess go ahead and lay down what happened last time.
I remember the episode title, which is Children and Warriors. Oh, they take a job, they go into creepy forest where they fight different monsters, people die, including the bird kid. And then they kill a big-ass snake. That's what I remember.
Okay, but do you remember anything important?
I think that might be the important details.
Well, no. What happens before the fight with the snake, or actually, I guess, literally just before the fight with the snake as well, is the important part. Also, what happens after the fight with the snake is also arguably more important.
So would you please enlighten?
I hate doing that. Anyway, well, one, there's Rudeus wildly overestimating the power scaling of children in the world, leading to a child being dead, which is causing Rudyard to nearly kill him, or I don't know. I don't know if Rudyard would have killed him, but the fact that he held Rudyard back from saving a kid who got killed because of Rudy.
I think he would have.
There's also the fact that Blaze gets killed in that fight, but I mean, Blaze is an adult. That's kind of on him. They also get back to town where a horse-faced guy tries to blackmail them for their whole job switching routine, and then Rudy just about tries to destroy the entire town before Rudyard steps in.
It's been a week.
Yeah, but I rely on you to have the better memory of us. You, who has never faltered before, to remember the most important shit.
Yep.
Right, and I just assumed that the whole... Even if you didn't remember the kid dying... I mean, obviously you did, you said the bird kid, but you didn't, like, bring up the whole Rudeus situation in that, correct, and that correct. Is, like... The only reason I'm bringing it up here in, I guess, repetition is that that's kind of the way that the show operates, is that is a very important thing to the show.
Yeah.
So it's something that you really need to keep in mind. Otherwise, Rudy threatening to destroy an entire city in his own head is kind of also just important in the scale of things.
Yes, it is. I also remember the importance of the end of the episode where Rudyard and Rudy come to a agreement?
I thought you were going to say understanding.
That's the word I was looking for, but it wasn't coming to me.
one would say it was a bonding moment.
Yes, they trauma bonded.
I mean, technically. Rijard comes into this with his own traumas from killing his own family and then trying to get over the black mark on his name. And Rudy caused his own trauma in that episode, plus the trauma of trying to protect, well, not the trauma of, but the willingness to do something horrible to protect Eris and get her home that Rijard saw in him, even though he didn't say anything, which is why Rijard steps in. Yeah, I mean, it's technically not the example that we usually use for trauma bonding, but it is, I would argue, a form of trauma bonding.
True.
One of us needs to get like a psychological degree here. You know, so we can have like a 30-minute aside where we go over like psychological healing techniques when it comes to dealing with people who have traumas and specific types of traumas.
Well, let me figure out a way to make time.
I used to actually watch somebody who reacted to anime, and they would be like 2-hour-long reactions because he would actually go into therapeutic philosophy when it came to different like psychological things. Like, I can't remember any of them because it was so.
That's fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was things like I can't remember. Like, one was like an egg metaphor, for a very specific type of thing. It would be great if I could like remember one term. Otherwise, I'm just like, oh, he did a 2-hour-long egg metaphor. No, it's not what he did. It was what he did was great. Euro Brady, if anyone's interested, look him up sometime. He no longer does anime reviews. Now he does video game reviews, but he still brings the whole therapy thing to it.
Yep, he does 2-hour video game reviews about eggs.
Well, no, I mean, it's like predisposition? That's not the right word. How people are predisposed to thinking certain things based on how they were brought up, and how those things shape your way of thinking in going forwards, and then using examples of characters in the games that he's playing. I guess I stopped watching him after he did the switch from anime to gaming, but he used to do it in anime too, giving examples how he would treat this person if they were in his thing, you know, that sort of thing. I just feel, I don't know why I went on a 5-minute spiel about advertising a person who doesn't do it anymore, but my idea is that one of us should be an expert in something. And unless we start watching the cooking anime, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that I would 100% be able to pull out knowledge for.
Yeah, I can't wait until we watch that cooking anime where people's clothes explode off their bodies to show how orgasmic the taste of things are. And I want to see how you apply that to your knowledge of cooking. So, how often does this happen at the restaurant you work at?
Or my knowledge of never mind.
Not once. There was that one time in the bathroom, but we called the cops.
I walked into the walk-in one time and I was like, never mind, I'm just gonna let you guys finish.
Anyway. Yeah, I guess that was the recap.
Yep.
Otherwise we got the board here, obviously. Which has been changed for 2 dead people.
Yes.
See, this is something that's never changed, no matter who my co-hosts are. The joy of me sitting silently, watching a mouse trail across the screen to find the changes that I made, but have been wholly unwilling to say out loud.
Hey, it happens sometimes, you know?
Oh, no, it always happens. You think that I, the person who makes the board, would be the one who wants to talk about it, but it's the joy of discovery, because I feel like it's a test. My test to you. How much do you care? Do you look at the board? Where are you looking at the board? Why are you looking over there? Why aren't you looking over here?
I love it.
It's nothing to do with the audience anymore. I'm just
It's
staring
so
at where your mouse is, wondering why you're there.
Indeed.
But yeah. Obviously, I don't think this guy ever said his name. That's why its name was actually there. He was called Blaze. He is dead now.
Yep.
And
No
obviously,
longer here.
Bird Boy, we knew who he was. And now he's half the man he used to be.
It's true. And they fit him into a backpack.
Yep. We made the joke already. He's being C-3PO'd. Empire Strikes Back, I believe. Memory serves.
Yep.
I believe that's the movie with Bespin. Cloud City. All right. Well, I mean, do you have any other commentary you want to make before we get into the episode? Considering...
I do not.
Oh. Almost forgot to bring up. You brought up where we left Rougeard and Rudy at the end of the episode, but do you remember the thing after that?
Yes, the board with Rudy's dad going out saving people, Eris reading it. Not
No.
Eris,
Yeah, no, not Eris.
Roxy.
And I meant what happened after that. Well, technically, after Roxy reads it, what happens after that, and then what happens after that.
That I don't.
Well, I'll just pop this up, and hopefully I'll remember to bring this up in editing. Does that do anything for you?
Yeah, we see two of the people.
Oh, they're on the board, too. Nope. Cold warmer. There you go.
Yep. I just don't know much about them yet, so it's not clicking important.
Alright, but how many Who's That Pokemons can we do?
Hold on, let me pull this up.
Again, hopefully I've remembered to do this in editing and bringing it up too.
I see 4.
Sorry, you never watched Hellsing Abridged, did you?
No.
Hellsing Abridged has a little joke.
Actually, wait, 5.
Yep, that makes the joke not work. Sorry, there's a joke near the end of Hellsing Abridged where a guy walks into the room and he's commenting on the guys hold the room to the last man. And he goes, "Oh, I must rebuke you, sir. Where you see 1, I see 4. And the room is littered with C4. He just blows it all up. But yeah. Right after that, obviously, even though I don't think you mentioned it, even though you've mentioned you recognize them, 2 people behind Roxy show up, saying something about Paul, and then we see Roxy on a boat sailing to the port that it looks like Rudeus and company have just also arrived in. From the opposite direction, obviously.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to get a adventuring party together.
It's funny. Didn't read the comment, obviously, because I thought it would be horrible for myself, but somebody did recently comment on one of the videos. I'm so glad that Theta is here to explain the stuff to Justin that Justin might not understand. Now, with my habit of 1, gaslighting you, and 2, just not correcting you to see the revelation in your face when things play out later, the amount of disappointment that commenter is set up for getting in episodes that have not aired yet for us, of me literally not doing the thing that they're so happy that I'm here for.
Well, I hope you enjoy anyways, commenter.
I'm only bringing it up now because it's literally the one time I've done it so far, which is you didn't remember the bits of the episode and I stepped in. So, that one's for you, commenter. Alright, well, that said, I guess we should go ahead and get on into it.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I guess a little bit of world building there, huh?
True.
Well, I mean, it must go a ways to saying how far Renoa is from the ocean.
100%. Because we didn't see any like large bodies of water outside of lakes on maps.
やめておいた方がいい。この海は魔物が多い。
Noted. Sea bad, full of monsters.
See, there she is. I meant more from the aspect of her excitement or not knowing that the ocean was salty.
Well, that makes sense if we're not dealing with like mass scale information delivery systems.
No, again, I was simply implying that Renoa must not be close to the ocean if she didn't know that the ocean was salty.
Yep. Those are cool.
That Twilight?
Well, really could be, really that would be any white fish that was flatter.
Twilight is a Star Wars race. I assume you must have meant that I was talking about a fish.
I thought you said pollock, not a Twi'lek.
Yes. To assume that I'll probably never do that.
大地じゃ。
まったく船ぐらいで情けないですわね。
なんじゃと？おい、待て！
The upkeep on that hair would be ridiculous.
忘れないでくださいね。この旅の目的を。
お前ら、例のデッドエンドだろ。ん？最近噂になってるぜ。狂犬のエリスと番犬のルイジェルだ。おお、二人に通り名が。それと、お前はなんだ？俺のはまさかバター犬とか言わねえよな。
Yeah, that would be great.
ルージェルド、飼い主のルージェルドだ。は。いやいや。1年それなりに活動してきて俺だけ名前を覚えられていないっていうのはちょっとショックだな。確かにルイジェルドって名乗って。
What's the problem with finding out your nicknames from other people?
So it's been a year.
200 green ore for a fake spurred to get on a boat. Which I think was like 20 times the price of a human.
Jeez.
今日の議題はズバリお金です。ルイジェルドさんの渡航費用は緑光線200枚。途方もない金額です。S ランクの依頼をこなしてもどれだけかかることやら。
困ったわね。
Okay.
まさか置いてくの？
もちろん置いていきません。
じゃあどうするのよ。
解決策はまだ思いついていません。
Have you asked? Do you want us to just get on the boat?
それはできんな。
そう、困ったわね。
I don't know what you mean by that.
ルーデウス。
If the boat is set to take them where they need to go, he could stay here while they get on the boat.
そうですね。しばらく可能性を探ってみましょう。
ありがと
う。Yeah, that'd be great. The episode where we finally came together and said we wouldn't abandon one another.
Yeah.
To then start the next episode with, maybe we'll leave you behind.
さて、どうしようか。
Oh, look, the guy who we can't
1年
trust.
ぶりだね。
No, the guy you can't trust.
Yeah.
もう二度と顔を出さねえと思って安心してたぞ。
いやー、前は僕の助言で大変なことになったでしょ。ちょっと顔を出しづらくってさ。
See?
神様にもそういうところがあるんですね。
普通にあの子アクトを永遠に突き出せばルイジェルトと仲良くなれたはずなのに、彼らを仲間に引き入れるとは全く予想外。僕としては見ててとても楽しかったよ。
俺は全然楽しくなかったけどな。
でもおかげで1年ちょっとかからずここまで来れただろう。
This guy might be trying to take Rudy's place in the real world.
物事は結果が全てさ。
Rudy is dead in the real world.
気に入らねえな。
Remember?
It's true.
お詫びじゃないけど
Really easy to take a corpse's place.
露店で食料を
Just
買
saying.
い込んで路地裏を歩くといいよ。
勝手に助言すんな。で、何が起こるんだ？
それは明日のお楽しみ。それじゃ僕は消えるよ。
おい、
またね。
急に出てきて勝手に消えるな。
Clearly not to be trusted.
You try to throw dirt at me?
ルーデウス、今日は別行動をするって。何をする気かしら。
戦いの最中に気を抜くな。
やった。入ったわよね。
It didn't help us that we actually saw him get distracted.
Yep.
Not that I know, don't think Eris actually knows who Roxy is either.
の狙いは
Let alone
完全
Rouger.
わからん。前は難しく考えすぎたせいで奴を喜ばせてしまったらしい。なら今回は逆に従ってやろうじゃないか。難しく考えず素直にこなすのだ。そうすれば奴は面白くないはず。あれ？これってあいつの思惑通りじゃね？ロキシー、今頃どうしてるかな。
Okay.
おっと、後で一発抜いとこ。
Good to know.
Someone's clearly having a good time.
Roxy.
ウシュトウシュトウワンワウィンタウィンタウラチェウシュカウササクールアエンザヤクアヤトラウトゥルエンタセナエンメンザウィアセチャはい。
まさかこれか。
Like Human God said.
Look who it is.
助かったぞ。これであと1年は持つ。
無理だろう。ダイオウグソクムシじゃあるまいし。
よし、貴様名を名乗れ。
ルーデウス・グレイラット
Gee, coming on strong.
わらわはキシリか。キシリ。人呼んで魔界大帝。だ
いそうに。一人で魔王ごっこなんて
Okay.
友達いないんだろうな。
Impressive.
よし、付き合ってやるか。
This is we have the flies.
はは、これは失礼を。陛下。
おおおそういう反応を待っとったんじゃ。最近の若いもんは礼儀を知らんからの。
よもや復活なされているとはつゆ知らず、無礼な態度をお許しください。
良いのだ良いのだ。おおうわうわ、なんじゃお主、気持ち悪いな。なんじゃこれ、なんじゃこれこんなの初めて見た。
初対面のサキュバスっぽい幼女に気持ち悪いって言われた。
貴様はわらわの命を救ってくれた。何でも。
I mean, that's one of 3, 4 unnamed people on the board currently.
じゃあ巨万の富を。
バカ者。見ての通りスカンピンじゃ。
じゃあ世界の半分をください。
世界の半分じゃと。それはでかいの。しかしすまん。わらわも世界を取ったことがないのじゃ。
わかりました。じゃあ体でいいですよ。体で。
おお、体か。幼いくせに公爵なやつじゃの。将来が心配じゃない。
もちろん
しょうがない。優しくするのじゃぞ。おっと、いかんいかん。今回はもうフィアンセがいるのじゃった。
She said she was over 300.
ダメ、世界もダメ、体もダメ。何ならいけるんです。
And here's where we find out that you've been muted for some time.
するものといえば、マガンに決まっておる。
Thank you.
マガンって。
I don't actually know how long you've been muted. I just saw it this time.
そうっすか。
At least we caught it.
どんなものをくれるんです。
じゃあちょっと顔貸せ。
はい。
何しやがるか。うるさいな、男の子じゃろ。
Okay.
よしよし、ちゃんと見えておるな。飯の件、大義であった。また困ったことがあったらわらわを頼るがよい。さらばとりゃ
ーThat's trippy.
そして俺は予見眼を手に入れた。
The Eye of Foresight.
That's. I like it.
いきなりこんなものもらってどうしろっちゅうね。
ああ、まっすぐ歩けねえのかてめえ。
すいません、目が悪いもので。
目が悪いだ。だったらもっと気をつけて。おい、どうした？聞こえてんのか？
And the crazy thing is, I was seeing through his eyesight and I didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
魔界大帝か。復活していたとはな。
知っているんですか？
会ったことはない。だが聞いたことはある。
Okay, so at least it's not.
12個の魔眼を体内に隠し持ち、あらゆるものを見透かすことができるのだという。
なんでこの町に？
When we saw it go roulette, not roulette wheel,
考えることなど俺にわかるものか。
そうですよね。
So it's not, at least it's not just a crazy person.
すみません。この目に慣れるまで僕は引きこもりま
slots
す。
is what I meant to say. We saw her eyes go slot machine, so.
Mm-hmm.
エリス、魔界大帝は探しても無駄だと思いますよ。
わかったわ。まだ町にいるかしら。
どうだろうな。
よし、行くわよルイゼルド。ほら急ぎなさ
その後1週間ほどで俺は魔眼になれた。感覚をつかめば意外と簡単なものだ。無影照魔術と
Well, I mean, to be fair, the future bits are
魔力を
see-through.
制御して見え方を作るのだ。
Yeah.
見える未来の区間は魔眼に込める魔力の量で調整することができる。
魔眼を手に入れたからって私に勝てるかしら。
魔力を強めれば2秒以上先の未来も見える。見える。
That's a lot.
ブレる。2つ3つにブレて見えるのだ。長くて1秒先。これがブレない未来の限界だ。次は右から剣。よし。
Implying fate isn't written.
来るぞ来るぞ。やられたと見せかけて目くらましの砂。次は続き。よっと。反撃の隙を与えず動きを封じてフィニッシュ。そこまでだ。よし。
The screwing up heiress.
乾杯ね。
エリス。
Also, Mad Dog heiress who cheats.
エリス。
But I mean, the idea the heiress was so happy to have beaten or gotten a hit on Rougeard.
Yep. That's also the one thing she was better at Rudy than.
今ならルイジェルドさんにも勝てたり。
やってみるか。
はい。やっぱりルイジェルドさんには勝てませんね。エリスは一本取ったって聞きました。すごいじゃないですか。
別にいいわよ。慰めてくれなくても。ずるいわよ。私だって早くルーデウスに追いつきたいのに。
Yep. It's also proving that transitive properties don't apply here.
なんで謝んのよ。
That didn't sound like an apology.
何をしてるんだ俺は。魔眼は偶然手に入れたものなのに。そんな力
Not really by accident. Human God literally directed you to do it.
Yeah.
浮かれすぎだ。今俺がやるべきことは強くなることじゃない。エリスを連れて家に帰ることだ。
Or shift on what I said before. Human God wants to take over this body.
ちょっとエッチなお店に。
女を抱くのに杖が必要なのか。
魔術師プレイをするので。
売るつもりか。
はい。
その杖はお前にとって大切なものではないのか。
Oh, sorry. My yes was responding to Rougeard, not you.
I figured that was the case. I don't think you would confirm that.
Well, unless I was gaslighting you, but I just mean I wasn't doing either.
もし同じことがあれば、これも売るのか。
必要とあらば。
俺はまだ。お前の信頼を得ていないのか。
信頼はしています。
俺とて、お前と出会ったこの1年で、今の世の中について少しは分かったつもりだ。スペルド族がいかに意味嫌われているのかということ。挙句無茶な大金をふっかけられているということも。それでも、お前は俺と海を渡ろうとしている。だから俺はお前と共に問題を解決したいと思っていた。
Because you trauma bonded. And your family.
お前は一人でことを進めようとするのだ。
この1週間何も答えは出なかったじゃないですか。仕方がないんです。僕に思いつけるのはこの杖を売るか、もしくは密航するくらいのものです。でも密航はルイジェルドさんにとっての悪ですよね。それが正解でも パーティーに亀裂が入ったら意味がありません。杖を売って金を手に入れる。規定の料金で海を渡る。誰も我慢しなくて済む。これが最善の選択なんです。
Nah, fam, that will not.
今回のことは俺のせいだ。それをお前が杖を売ることで解決するのは俺の誇りが許さん。それにだ、エリスはどう思う？杖を手放すこともお前の言うパーティーの亀裂ではないのか？
She gave it to you.
俺は海を渡り終えるまで全ての悪事に目をつぶる。
Yeah, maybe not all evil.
探せルーデウス。
E-
密輸人でも密輸船でも俺はお前についていこう。話はこれで終わりだ。腹を割って話し合うというのは骨の折れることだな。誰だ？
おお、怖い怖い。別に喧嘩をしに来たわけじゃねえよ。ちょっと礼が言いたくてな。あんたを探してたんだ。
ああ、この前助けた。
俺はガルスクリーナーってんだ。よろしくね、あんちゃん。
Okay.
I mean, helped him in the sense that he pushed you out of the way of not getting hit in the head by a pot.
Yeah.
Even in his future sight, though, you only went, ugh. You didn't, like, fall over.
So.
I was saved from a minor inconvenience.
I think this outro lends credence to the theory I just had, where a human god wants Rudy's body.
God, it has been forever since we've watched an episode of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm trying to remember your theory about Holden Sky or whatever it was.
Oh, that's easy. Heaven.
Well, because you know this ending starts with a hole in the sky too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heaven. That's what all holes in the sky mean, right? That's what
It's
the
true.
Suicide Squad was about, right?
Sure.
Heaven. Also, Man of Steel. That was also about heaven.
No, that was about that was about Superman doing demolition work for the city of Metropolis.
I think you'll find that heaven is a place on Earth. Therefore, Man of Steel was about heaven.
Depending on the songs you listen to.
Well, ooh baby, don't you know what that's worth? They say heaven is a place on Earth. Sorry, I was just watching. Yeah, I was just watching American Pie 2 the other day. So the Stifler dance-off always sticks in my mind.
Fair enough. I didn't like that episode as much. The demon stuff was fun. However, I thought Rudy was a little bit more past the selfishness.
What? Look, with a torrent of not understanding.
One of the signs of being selfish is taking on the pressure to solve every solution by yourself.
I'm sorry. Rudy is such a selfish asshole that he wants to sell the most important objects in his life to make sure that his friends aren't burdened.
Don't put words on it. I did not say selfish asshole. You can be selfish and good-hearted. Which is what it was.
That's literally the definition of selfless. To give of yourself in order to help others.
He wasn't that, but that
it read to me what he was doing. Literally, he wasn't benefiting.
He didn't fully think through the situation.
My problem.
He was benefiting because of the efficiency of of if I sell A, we can get there faster versus getting there, and the way that the group is happy with getting there. He didn't even bring up the idea.
With the element that you just added about the group being happy getting there was the entire point. It wasn't a faster thing. It was, this is the only way. Because we already discussed at the start of the... Let me finish. Sorry. It's just, I just want this one fact out there before I let you get going. He said at the very beginning of the episode that they could do S-ranked missions for the rest of their lives and not make enough money to get on a boat.
They've been traveling for a year. What's 1 week?
Of what?
They've been adventuring for a year.
No. 1 week of what?
1 week of not finding a way to get out of here. They have been adventuring. He's not saying he's been here he's been adventuring, implying from when they were teleported to now has been a year.
Well, I mean, it's not really adventuring. He said it's been 1 year since they met Rudyard, and not all of that time was spent adventuring.
That's fine, but that's still... If it's been a year and they've gotten this far, if they can't find a solution in 1 week and Rudy's giving up, that's a problem.
Arguably, it's about getting Eris home, so it's not even about, like, a timetable. But also, I don't see that as giving up. I find that it's just he found a solution and was going with it.
Well, because it's... You can go with any solution. But the problem is, he's saying, I don't want to fracture the group. Let me make this decision for the group without doing any consulting.
To be fair, it's his stuff.
Doesn't matter.
It does, though.
No, because hold on. If Eris gave him this, and he sells it, and he does not think that him selling it will affect that relationship, then he's a dumbass.
Well, yeah, that was the entire point of that scene.
Completely. So,
I mean, it's gifts of the Magi.
That is why it was selfish, because he found the fastest way from point A to point B without considering the ramifications on the party, because he thought it would be less than the ramifications of the party having to spend more than a week after they had been traveling for a year to get home.
Again, I don't see that as the thing being presented to us. It's not that the main impetus that I pulled, obviously, this has got to be up for interpretation, because otherwise we wouldn't be arguing about it if it wasn't up for interpretation.
Absolutely.
Is that the impetus for him was the only other options are against you, the person he's speaking to, Rudyard.
Yeah.
And that this is the only solution I found in a week.
That may be the case, but if they've been traveling together for a year, what he should know to do, if he's thinking of them as a party, is to go to Rudyard and be like, hey, these are the only options I can think of, but these are against your morals.
Well, again, that's what Rudyard's saying, but also, we don't know how long it's been in universe from that conversation last episode where they finally came to an understanding and them arriving at the port. So we can't keep saying it's been a year. I mean, Rudyard brings up it's been a year since you met me, but I think he's just using that as a you should know me by now sort of thing, when in reality they've only had this understanding of I'm going to treat you this way and you're going to treat me this way at the end of last episode. Because other than that, Rudy was still making similar mistakes, but not in dealing with... Well, I'm saying not in dealing with party members, but in dealing with the world, because that was the cause of that one kid's death, is that he was treating the world in such a way that he could beat it and make money in a more pressing manner. And now he's trying to sacrifice in order to make money, rather than bending the world to his perceptions to make money.
He's trying to take the easy way, but he's doing it for noble reasons.
Rudy is not a Buddhist. I do not think selling your own prized possessions is the easy way.
In this situation, it absolutely was. It eliminates having to outsource, possibly do all the work, search an entire city for a way to make money, try and figure out how to get smuggled on a boat, try to sneak onto a boat with God knows what security, making sure that that boat is going to the specific place you need to go, on top of the gajillion other things, or sell staff.
Well, the bunch of the stuff that you just listed had already been discussed as not being a possibility. The job
for a week.
The job thing we'd already determined once we walked into town that we couldn't do. Like they said, a lifetime of S rank jobs. So we can do the best jobs we could possibly get for our life and not be able to earn it. 2, you say smuggled. We already got from that conversation, Rujar did not want to be smuggled. He saw it as an evil. They could not do it. And also sneaking aboard a ship. Also, Rujar would consider that an evil. We could not do it.
The best equivalent I can give is being hired to help someone with their business, being there for a week and telling them the only way to help your business is to get rid of all of your employees and hire new.
Oh, so you watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay shows.
I'm aware of them.
You love Bar Rescue is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
It was entertaining. I stopped watching. It got repetitive and old.
Yeah.
Also, that dude is a douche.
Rudy is 100% trying to take the easy way out. He is falling back on old habits because it is getting hard despite having the best of intentions. The road to hell is paved with the best of intentions.
I think the road to hell is paved with the bones of young children.
No, that's the grout.
No, that is New Jersey. I think this is going to be an agree to disagree until the comments weigh in, because the comments are probably going to be like, "Oh, one of you is obviously wrong." So I just think, as the heel who always gets the negative comments pointed his way, I'm just going to have to wait until the comments say that you're right, because right now I don't disagree.
That's fine. But no, overall, I think the episode ended strong. But I think it just showed that I thought Rudy had grown more.
Again, I think you went the opposite way, because you said before you thought the episode started strong, and that you said you liked the demon thing and the stuff in the
demon
town.
Stuff was fun.
Yeah, I'm saying you said those were good parts, and then you said the episode ended strong, when the end of the episode was literally the part you had a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I think it's more so what you said before. The started strong.
It's still a good storytelling tool. It just doesn't hit for me.
Right. Well,
I still think,
yeah, we are wildly off sometimes when it comes to these things. I thought this was perfectly acceptable, right? But that's why I was like taken aback when you were like, I have a problem with Rudy's actions at the end. Obviously, the show has a problem with Rudy's actions at the end. Otherwise, we would never have a conversation about it. So obviously, you're not like wildly off the mark. It's just, I feel like sometimes we are off the mark when it comes to what we enjoy in these shows. Like how you had a problem with the ending of Gunbuster. Or I didn't have a problem with Rudy's actions this episode. So...
Yeah. But we're different people.
Well, I feel like we're like a wishbone of people. That, unlike my past experiences with other reactors, where we branch off completely. I was just thinking about this earlier, like with Griffin. Griffin starts off like with a political mindset of extreme far left to anarchist. So, he'll take a really weird position for me on things happening and say shows like Gundam, for example, which are very political in their nature. Whereas I am like center to left, where I prefer order to freedom, say. I would like a society where people don't have to worry about shit, rather than people who are free to do whatever they want. So that's where I would come from in an argument. Whereas you and me both seem to do. This would be a fun time to do a devil's argument. You know, we're kind of straight on from the start, and then at a weird point we do a weird branching wishbone.
Yep.
Split. So that's why it's so weird for me sometimes when we have these debates, because we start off at the same point and have very similar arguments, and then the argument branches in a way that I just cannot anticipate. Because again, we're basically almost the same people up until, like the raindrop, the chaos theory raindrop. We take the same path down the knuckle, and then I go down the arm and you jump off of it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Also, I guess I should say, had the overlay remastered to add you onto it. However, the artist needed one extra day. So this episode might go out with the old overlay, and next time you'll be added with a character you have no idea, or
No
probably
worries.
couldn't guess yet. Other than that, any other thoughts about the episode?
I like that Roxy's in the same city, but they haven't interacted.
Right. Saw her run past behind him and distract Rougeard right after Rudy left.
Exactly. That's it.
All right. Well, that said, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Justin. We've been Stoneface Reactions. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?